there everyone, and welcome back to my next episode on the Welsknight Patreon server. I am surrounded by a bunch of noisy people. Say hello everybody. And they're all resolutely looking away from the camera. Okay. As you can see, I have a shield, and it has my banner on it. Shields get a little pixelated with the banner design, so it doesn't look quite, as good as the actual banner itself does, but that's okay. I actually don't really use shields very often. I just don't usually use them. I don't really have a reason other than that. But I decided to make one because, like, why not? And it lets me put my banner on something and carry it around. Up above, I have the villager breeder that we talked about building in the last episode. It's just your standard, little 9x9 plot of ground with crops, and there's 2 villagers up there to do the breeding, and then a detector villager as well. Just your really run-of-the-mill design, nothing too fantastic about it. And these guys are the results of that. And those guys are resolutely looking in another direction now. But you guys are attentive, aren't you? I'm sorry, I just pushed you. That was rude. I've got a couple cartographers. I've got a librarian here who I just finished unlocking his trade. He's got Power 4 for 15 emeralds in a book. He's got Loyalty 2 for 9 emeralds in a book, and he has Lore 2 for 11 emeralds in a book. None of these are the top tier. I believe that goes to 5, and the other 2 trades go to tier 3. But for the emerald prices, I don't think it's too unreasonable, because you could just buy 2 of them and have your top tier. So he might be a keeper. I might keep him out of the iron farm. I kind of decided I wanted to keep a few villagers if they had reasonably good trades, so I might keep him down here. This guy's got a 28 paper trade. I'm trying to decide if the 3 paper save is worth keeping him down here. I'm kind of torn. I mean, I do have the sugarcane farm. And honestly, if it comes to needing to get emeralds, zombie flesh is way easier to get than paper anyway, so if I desperately needed to trade paper, I would probably be fine at 31. We've got a leather worker. I want to keep cleric too, one with a decent flesh trade. That's a 36 or 38. This guy's got 38 as well, and this one, yeah, they're all 38. So it's kind of terrible. I don't know what they're like. I haven't unlocked any of them. This guy's got 8 for gold, but the other 2 are, I mean, they're all the same on flesh. This guy's got a cheaper gold trade. I wouldn't really want to be trading gold anyway. Alright, what do you got? Alright, what's our new trades? Redstone for 2. Oh, you get 2 for 1. That's not bad, Let's do one of those. New trade? Alright, what do we got? Oh, well, that is a stupid trade. I don't know why they even bother put it. Ooh, that's not bad. One of those for 2 glow. That's not bad at all. Let's do that. New trade? What do we got? I don't know. Is that as far as the cleric goes? It might be as far as the cleric goes. I really don't like the high flesh trade. Oops. Can I have that back, please? Where'd that go? Guys? I think I picked it up. I'm not too wild about the high flesh trade, but it might be fine anyway. Let's see. Let's do one of those just in case. Do you have another trade? You do? What's next? What's after bottles of enchant? Oh, it doesn't. You just glowed green for no reason. Okay. I mean, I guess I might as well get some more of this since I'm standing here. Unlock? Please? You're not gonna unlock, are you? Okay, fine. What do you got for me? One for 4? Ooh. 1 for 2. Well, that's the one I would really care about. I don't really care about redstone. I mean, I care about it, but I've got bunches just from mining, so I would find the lapis to be more valuable. That's the same glowstone. What was after glowstone? Was it immediately into the bottles of worthless enchanting? Yes, it was. Okay. One more cleric. Let's see what you've got. Grab one of those. New trade? Yes. Ooh, that's terrible. Only one? Rip. What's next? 1 for 3. Ooh. That's nice, though. I like that. Might as well finish off his trades. I don't understand this. I don't find these to be very useful. Might just be me, though. I don't know. He's got a pretty yicky lapis trade. But 1 for 1, ugh, yicky. But 1 for 3 in the glowstone department, that's not bad. Because I use glowstone quite a bit. I mean, you can get copious amounts of it just by going to the nether, but... There. Well, I guess that's pretty good. It looks like he just reset. I don't know if I really care enough to unlock a cartographer. What is this, 33? It's so hard to read. They need to make those numbers a different color. 31, 28, here you are. What do you have? I can't even remember what a cartographer trades, other than maps and the compass. I don't have a compass. I have to go make a compass in order to get your next trade? What? What makes a compass? I feel like it'd be redstone, iron, and I don't know. Is that sad? Is that sad? Let's see. You know what? I wonder if it's something that I can make right here. Compass. Nope. Okay, so I do need a crafting table. Did I miss it already? I feel like I've gone past it. Maybe go slower. I feel like going, just like the villagers. There it is. 4 iron and a redstone dust. I could do that. I mean, I feel like it kind of stinks. But I want to know what the rest of his trades are. Are you him? No. Are you him? Yes. Alright. Reset. Okay, new trades. Empty map for 10 emeralds. Ooh. Is that a good trade? I feel like that's a sour trade. Let's give him some paper. Am I even going to be able to make it to 10 before he locks? Ooh. Please reset, please reset, please reset, please reset. No reset. How about you? Will you give me what I need? I need one more. Can I have it? Thank you. Don't push. Okay. Rude! Okay. Give me an empty map. Next trade. Glow green. There you go. Ocean Explore map for 15. Woodland Mansion. Ooh, 28. Ouchie, boo-boo. I don't know if it goes any higher than this. I feel like it maybe doesn't. And I don't think that he's all that particular. I mean, I like his paper trade, but like I said, I don't think 3 is worth it. And the Ocean Explorer maps and the Woodland Explorer maps really aren't going to be very useful to me. I mean, it's not like I can build in them anyway, and we're going to have resettable. We already have a resettable Woodland Mansion because we have the border on the world set to, I think, like 20,000 blocks or 30,000 blocks or whatever. So we can't go beyond that. And so to compensate for probably 1 or maybe even none of the Woodland Mansions in the generated world, to compensate for that, we have a resettable one so that everybody can experience it. So I feel like this guy's not going to really be worth keeping around. I think I'll keep this guy and... is it you? I'm going to have to decide whether I like this trade good enough. What do I need to keep lapis? I mean, I have a fair bit of it. What am I going to use it for? Dyeing and enchanting? I feel like I like the glowstone trade better. Unless I can get somebody later on with a better flesh trade. I feel like I'd be using the glowstone way more frequently. I'm gonna have to think that over. But anyway, let's grab our stuff up and take a look at what else I've been working on and take a look at what we're gonna work on this episode. It's not really what I had hoped for when we finished off the last episode. What? Another baby? They like to just camp out here on the ladder. Do you mind going down there? No, okay. Once he gets big enough, I can shove him off, but... let's get out of here. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Grass and grass. So here's my villagers. There's the 2 breeders. This guy's supposed to scare them into the water. But I've never actually been up here to observe it, because all those guys down there spawned while I was AFKing down there, so I never actually got to see it happen. But it's supposed to happen in theory, anyway. And then the detector is down there. I've also worked on the start to the construction around the iron farm. It's by no means finished, but I needed to figure out what elevation I was going to be building the second one at, and the best way to do that was to follow the design, because these are an exact count, the iron bars there. So I figured, you know what, if I just build the iron farms and they give myself something reasonably safe to fly up and land on up there, it would help me get the actual farm in place later on. The ultimate design, since you've seen this and you know it's going to be Skyrim themed anyway, I might as well go ahead and say this is going to be a dark anchor, which is actually from the Elder Scrolls Online video game, as opposed to the Skyrim video game. And it's starting to get dark out. Bed. So that's what the ultimate goal is going to be. I'm making it out of nether brick because I wanted that to be really dark up there, which I think this achieves pretty well. I mean, you can see there's kind of like a reddish tint to it, but it's really hard to see from way down here. It's more like a maroon, I guess, because the red nether brick's quite a bit brighter than that. Now the villager guys over there, there's I have it blocked off down there right now, but there's a tunnel at the end of that water stream that keeps going this way a little bit. And it comes out right over here. It's right underneath this grass block. And it has a drop right there. And my thought is, for the villagers I decide to keep, you know, a couple of them, most of them I'm going to funnel in here, like all the rejects basically. I'm going to funnel the first 24 of them into here. But the ones that I kind of like they have decent trades, especially like the librarians with their enchantment trades, I'd like to keep them down here. Because once they're up, especially up there, but as well as down here, it's going to become such a hassle trying to get in just to do a trade. And I don't want to be interfering with the farm's ability to work by switching villagers in and out. I don't know if that's a thing, but I don't want it to be a thing. So I just figure, safe than sorry, let's just skip it and not bother with that. So I want to keep some of the better trades down here, some of the good villagers down here. And the best way I could think of to do that is to just come up with like a little market type thing. And since we're building in a Skyrim theme, I decided to look at some markets from the video games. And I've kind of come up with one that I think will work really well, not just for the area, but also because of the biome itself as a swamp. And that is the marketplace in Riften. Which is one of the cities I like more in the video game. It's basically built around. It's got like little canals. It makes me feel like it's a city built on stilts, but it's not really built on stilts. I would fly up there, but I've been having some fly issues. Might just be my shield. I feel like I've been having a harder time flying now that I have a shield. But let's come in here real quick. I'm trying to remember what I even came in here for. I knew I wanted something up here, and now I totally spaced. What was I doing down there? I put my crafting table down. Oh yeah, I was going to empty my inventory because I don't want all this garbage in it. I was like, I know there's a reason. I'm not hallucinating or making this up. There's a reason I came back up here. I don't know what to do with an empty map. Paper, lapis, zombie flesh, redstone dust goes in my redstone surplus. Glass goes in my sand and glass box. And then the paper and zombie flesh I can put downstairs. I'll put my shinies in here. Bling. so Riften. We're not going to build the entire city, of course, but the idea is that there are canals of water, and then the city itself is built up, raised above it all. And it has like this little town center where the some of the like stalls, I guess. There's actual buildings with shops inside of them too. But I kind of want to build like the market center and just use that. And then I can put like a couple villagers inside the stalls and more villagers underneath, you know, hidden out of sight. So that's my kind of plan here. What this means though is I'm going to have to do some terraforming because we've got this hole here. There's this whole hill thing going on here. I want this to be flat. And then I'll have like canals. This water might be useful actually. I'm thinking like oops, I fell in. Kind of mimicking the shape of the game, and I have a couple pictures to help me. So let me do some terraforming, and then I will come back and we can try to at least get down like the frame of the marketplace and everything. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. I have done quite a bit of work, as you can see. Currently this entire platform is pretty much spawn proof. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say spawn proof. Nothing can get onto it. If they're already there, then they're already there, but nothing can get onto it just from the way the wall out here is built up. I'm about to put some torch spam down here in a minute, but it's broad daylight, so we don't really need to at the moment. Around this outside bit, it's right here, there's not a whole lot to see, just, you know, the way the terrain is. I'll come back and bring this terrain down and give us those, like, trenches or whatever. This is eventually what I'm imagining it to look like, pretty much all the way around. Water level will be at this level, just like the rest, you know, the rest of the ocean and swamp and everything. I'm just going to bring it all the way up to, flush with the actual build itself. So this is basically the design I ended up coming up with. I figured out, I looked at the picture I have of Riften's marketplace, got a general idea of what size I wanted, counted out the blocks, and then I basically just built a circle. And then the outside I have some support structures with the cobblestone backdrop. I'll probably come back and put some decoration, like I'm thinking maybe, do I have any on hand? Like something like this might look good. Maybe with the same stone slabs that are right there as a sort of support brace. For that matter, I could even just take these down and do like two right there, and then a slab there and a slab there, or something like that. That might look good. I'll figure that out later. I was also toying with the idea of putting like fences in here, but I don't know how that would look. I'm not as wild about that as I am about the same design we've been using over there. And I saw Stina message me, grinding away, Mar? Yeah, just a smidge. And it just wraps all the way around. Eventually there will be official ways on and off, you know, walkways and everything. One will go over here, of course, because that's where all the mob drops are going to go from the ethical poppy farm. So it makes sense to have a platform leading there, and it makes sense, therefore, to have it come off of this. Eventually, we will have way more builds around here, you know, depending on how the time works out, of course. Let's cover that up. And torches back. We have the beacon mine there. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just leave it there, at least for now. So maybe we'll have a path and maybe a building over that, and we'll have a path going there as well. Whatever paths we do have, I'd like them to come off the cardinal directions, these flat edges, in line with the gap here that's between the planking walkway and the actual marketplace itself. But that'll be something we can work with later. I'm also not 100% sold on the fence type, and for that matter, even these top slabs here. I do like the wood being oak. This is a jungle. Jungles have oak trees, so I felt it was appropriate to use the biome-specific wood in this design. Unlike the dark wood that we had up there, I felt dark wood would be like a little too rich, if that makes sense. Whereas this oak gives a little bit more of a run-down appearance, which is what I'm kind of going for. So that's okay. Now for the inside. This floor here, I want to texture variate it further down the road, but I don't know how much, because realistically, if this is built on, not even if it's not really stilts, it is raised off the ground over the water. I don't know how much sense it would make for it to be hugely deteriorated, because if it gets too deteriorated, it's just going to crumble away and they're all going to sink into the water, right? So you have to keep it well maintained, or constantly repaired or whatever. So I guess it would make sense to look patchy, but not really run down, if that makes sense. So I don't know how much texture variation we will do, but I'm sure I'll want to do at least a little bit. Though it kind of depends on what it looks like once I get up the stalls. Now the pictures I have it show there being like 3 or 4 stalls in basically between each of the cardinal directions. So one would be here, and then in the other so-called corners. And then in the center, there's this central, I guess probably maybe another stall, I'm not really sure. But I've thought this spot right here is dead center over the elevator from, not really elevator, there's no water, but the end point from the villagers. So I thought that this central structure would be the way I get the villagers out of the system. You know, either to take them over there, put them in the stalls, what have you. It'd be the out, basically. So that's something that we'll have to build up. I do need to finish up a little bit more on the ground here, and I'm going to see if I can't come up with a design for the stalls, and then we can come back and replicate them in the other 3 areas. So let me come up with something, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. I am back, and I am looking for fence gates, but I don't really want spruce fence gates. I want it to match, or do I? Do I want to do something different than the, no, I should probably just stick with the oak, you know? Let's just stick with the oak, and if I decide to change out the color of the wood later, I can do the fences at the same time. But for now, I think it's fine just sticking with the oak. So let's head back over. I've come up with a basic design that I think should work for us. I did have to go AFK for a little bit, so I put all my stuff away. Let me get this all back out. Which box was it? That one? Yeah, all my oak's in here. So let's grab some oak. And fence gates. Let's see how many do I. 12? Let's go with 12, I think. Let's do that. And the idea is that I could put 1 in each of these. And then 2 on each of these. And on these, it's more to... Well, we have to use fence gates because, well, we're about 100 blocks away from the villager breeder, so we won't really interfere with anything there, but we're way too close to the iron farm to use doors, unless I choose, like, iron doors, because those don't count towards villages. But these are basically to keep the villagers in, keep mobs out, and allow me to, like, move villagers in and out if I decide, I like this new villager better. Let's get rid of the old villager. He's got worse trades. So we just scoot him out of his little, I don't know, cubicle. And off he goes wherever he goes. Looks like we need to sleep. So let's grab our bed. Sleep, sleep, sleep. So that's where we're going to use the fence gates. We also need to make sure that these little areas are mob proof. So I initially was like, you know, it looks better like this. Like you come up right here and you do your trades. But then I was like, mobs can hit them through the corner. So that's not going to work. So now you just kind of come up on the sides, and that's fine. What I'd really like to be able to do is put wares up here as if he was actually selling. But if he did, baby zombies would be able to climb over and get into him. And I do not want that. I mean, hypothetically, this is going to be mob-proof and everything anyway, but, you know, better safe than sorry is my vote. Or my vote when you have them out in the middle of the open, you know? If I put... well, I don't really like it on the... do I? Maybe I do. No, I don't really like that. I think I would rather do it from the inside. Do it like this. What do I do for that part? Do I use more cobblestone walls? Let's try this. Well, I think this would work. And then if you want to do your trading, you just do that. Although realistically, you could just do it from this side. I don't know. I'm so conflicted. What do I do with these stalls? You know, let me come back and see if I can come up with something. Alright, I think I've come up with a design that I am, well, if not completely in love with, then at least tolerant of, I guess. It means I need some banners real quick, just to give it a, it doesn't need it. This is actually just for a little bit more of a splash of color than anything else. And I'm not particularly wild about the pink, but yeah, well. Pink, orange, red, and yellow were the colors I had most of, so that's what I went with. Let's fly on over here. So this is what I came up with. I felt like going more with a wooden design would work better for us. And then this also kind of covers up this trapdoor that's protecting it. But I can trade through the corner here. Let's build this over here. So what I did was I took some oak logs, and in these 3 corners, I put a log. That the haste beacon is making this very difficult. And I took these out and swapped them for normal fences. And then in the front, I went all the way down because, like I said, I didn't like the corner, but I also know that this would definitely not be zombie or anything really safe. So I put in fences instead, and I'm bringing it up 3. That'll give us a little bit more height elevation on the roof. It gives us a bit of a slope. And then we need our oak stairs, like that. And then we just put in our slabs for the roof, and it's just, you know, a very, very basic slope here. Let's get that on top if we can. And then bring that around. Get rid of that extra slab. So there's this, and then we just add in our trapdoors, which I do from the inside so that it opens on the outside. And then we grab our, let's see, let's do orange instead. And then we do our banners, just like that. I would use whole blocks of wool as well, or carpets for that matter. I could do carpets on, I could do carpets on top. I wouldn't be able to put them on all of the slabs, because they're at the wrong height elevation, but the same ones they have these banners on them, I could, you know, that might look really good. Let's do that. Alright, so the pink's done. Let me quickly put up red and orange, or red and yellow, and then I will be back, and then we're probably just going to wrap up the episode. Alrighty guys, I'm back, and I have, I think, come up with a design I am reasonably happy with. I guess it's not the best design, but I think it gives a good contrast. I think the wood gives a good contrast to all this stone variant. And it pretty much follows the same basic line as these is in terms of protection. We've got the trap doors, we've got fence posts in the in the weird spots where they could get through through a corner. We've got the fence gates that we put in earlier. I've thrown down a couple torches. Realistically, we should really do some crazy amounts of torch spam around here. We just want to make sure it's all lit up and safe. I also added some carpet and some, well, right here I had to do full blocks of wool because of the trapdoor being here, but I put in the same kind of carpet that matches the banners on the roof and everything. I think it just, it adds a little bit more of color. I'd like to do something similar here. I'm not sure what, let's see if I can't, let's see, what color do we like? Of all of these colors, I think I like red the most. Let's just test this out. Oh, where's my sticks? I think I turned them all into fences. Let's grab these. And let's just make a couple of red banners. What with this? Oh, it's the wrong level. Ooh. Well, we don't like that. What would it? Oh, that's it's the same level. Weirdo. It's the same level. Obviously, it's gonna look the same. That doesn't look too bad, though. Except from over here. Unless, what if I did this? How does that look? That's not too bad. I mean, they're basically floating in midair, but it does add a little bit extra to the decor. Adds to the color. I like that. I would need to get more wool, though, because I don't have nearly enough. Take 6 for every single banner, and unlike these, which had 2 apiece, I would need 2 here on all 4 sides, so I would need 8 more 16 more banners. Wow, math, hello. And that'd be 4 of each color. I don't have enough. I could make 3 more red ones. Oh, I already have 2 though. Do I have enough? No, I don't have enough yellow, that's for sure. But it could be something I could consider later. On top, I just put buttons. I probably wouldn't do the carpet on top, especially if I end up using 4 of each color here, because then it'd be like, well, what color do you use on top? And I certainly am not going to go for like some sort of crazy checkerboard. This might be an option to give it just a little bit more color. And I'd also like to do some greenery up here, maybe some bushes, flower pots. Maybe instead of all this torch spam, we could look at some lighting options, lanterns and the such. I can't wait till we actually get the lantern item in the next update. I'm really excited for that. Almost as excited as I am for slabs and stairs for almost all of the things. So, I think that's going to be super cool when we get there. I just realized I have virtually no lighting on the inside, so let's just throw down some torches. But I think we're pretty much out of time now. We haven't gotten the villagers actually up there, but the water elevator, or water passage that I was talking about, like I said, it does end right below us. And it doesn't have to look pretty down there. I just need a temporary holding area, and then I was thinking I'd just do like a spiral staircase up through here, or something like that, and probably do it out of mine carts to make it easier to get them up. Me, I could get up other ways if I need to, but trying to push villagers up a spiral staircase, please no. Like, let's not and say we did. But I think that's where we're going to call it. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I hope you keep on coming back and see where we take this. I feel like we went from one giant project to like a bajillion little projects. I've got that. I've got the villager whole thing going on. I've still got a whole bunch of rooms I need to build in my base. We're working on the end hub. I'm helping Stina off and on with nether stuff. So yeah, all kinds of projects. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode and go help Stina with the nether tunnels. So, you know the drill. Leave any comments you have down below. I'd love to hear what you're thinking of our builds, how we're coming along with them. You can leave your hate for the nether brick down below as well. I'm not a fan of maroon. I'm just so glad it looks black from down here. But I think that's it. So I hope you keep coming back, and I'll see you next time. Bye!